Good day, my dear students. This is Karen Alaan, and welcome to our Module 2 in Organization and Management. So before we start our lesson, let us bow our head and pray. Prayer before study. Lord, true source of light and wisdom, give me a keen sense of understanding, a retentive memory, and the capacity to grasp things correctly. Grant me the grace to be accurate in my expositions and the skills to express myself with thoroughness and clarity. Be with me at the start of my work. Grant this progress and bring it to completion. Grant this through Christ our Lord. Amen. So now, class, kindly bring out your Organization and Management Quarter 1 Module 2, the meaning, functions, types, and theories of management. So last topic, we discussed the meaning, functions, types, and theories of management. We identify and explain the various functions and theories of management. So now, let's check your retention of our past lesson. Here's a direction. Put a check on the appropriate functions that best describes each given task. So if you can see on the screen, there is planning, organizing, staffing, leading, and controlling. So for number 1, folding and arranging of clothes in the closet. Is it planning, organizing, staffing, leading, or controlling? Next, preparing meals for the family. Third, assigning of household chores to your siblings. Next, correcting someone who did something wrong. And lastly, giving of instructions to the house helper on how to iron the clothes. I'll give you 2 minutes to do it. So now class, let's check your answer. So for number 1, organizing. Number 2, planning. Number 3, staffing, controlling, and leading. Did you get all the correct answers? Yes, congratulations. So now, at the end of this module, for module 2, you will be able to explain the functions, roles, and skills of a manager. Number 2, distinguish the different functions, roles, and skills of a manager. And number 3, respect and appreciate the importance of the different functions, roles, and skills of the manager. So before we start our lesson, let's have an activity. Complete the table with the appropriate roles for each category. Choose the correct answer inside the box. You can do this on your activity notebook, and I will give you 5 minutes to finish it. Alright, class. So for lesson 1, the functions, roles, and skills of a manager. In our life, we need to perform so many functions and roles that we are expected to portray from time to time. Different roles, from a simple to a more complex one, from being a husband or a wife, a daughter or a son, a sister or a brother, a parent, an employee, a student, and a friend, and so many more on the list. Manager is no exception from portraying and performing various functions in each level of management and taking different roles as the need arises. So furthermore, in order for the manager to undertake those various functions and roles, he needs to possess the right skills to be able to successfully execute those responsibilities efficiently and effectively. It is quite true that manager portrays a very crucial part in the management process or system of any organization. The life and success of all organization really lies on the hands of the manager and how he or she will perform the various functions and roles, from optimizing all the resources of the company, monitoring the performance of the employees, and motivating them to ensure high level of productivity, handling of various problems of the company, and making crucial decisions. Those are among the various responsibilities that a manager must efficiently and effectively carry out in order to achieve the company goals and to become successful and maintain its sustainability in the industry. So now class, if you can see on the screen, match the picture with the appropriate function for each role. Write the letter of the correct answer. You can do this on your activity notebook. So for letter A, controlling and extinguishing the fire. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Setting the goals of the organization. Examining and treating the patient. Helping the students to learn. And planning and construction of structures. I'll give you 2 minutes to do it. Alright class, for the next activity, you need to figure it out. So take a look at the picture and share your interpretation on the table provided. You can do this on your activity notebook. Maybe you can do this after this session. So now let's proceed to our lesson for today. So let's discuss about manager and the managerial levels. So what is manager? So manager is the person who is responsible for the overall operation of the organization as well as the people and all the resources within his or her control to ensure that every element is working together towards its goals and objectives. So class, here are the manager levels. So if you can see on the table, we have here top level management, middle level management, lower level management, and we will discuss one by one. So what's top level managers? So top level managers is also known as the general or strategic manager and is accountable to the shareholders for operating the business. It is usually composed of the board of directors, president, vice president, chief executive officer or CEO, chief officer or chief operating officer or COO, chief financial officer or CFO, and chief marketing officer or CMO, who have authority over the organization's other human resources. So what are the functions of top level managers? So their functions, they can formulate the policies and lay down the general and long-term goal of the organization, which focus on its sustainability, development, and overall efficiency and effectiveness. Next is middle level managers. So middle level managers are also known as the tactical manager and is accountable to the top level managers for the activities of their departments. They are made up of general manager, regional manager, branch manager, district manager, and plant manager. They are more aware of the company's problem compared to the top level managers because they have the close contacts with the frontline managers, customers, and other subordinates. Aside from the above mentions, their functions are also to serve as communicators between top and lower levels as they transfer information, reports, and various data of the company to the top level managers. Next is frontline or lower level managers. They are also known as the operational managers and composed of supervisors, foreman, store or office managers, and team leaders. Their functions are assigning of tasks and jobs to the other subordinates. They also supervise the day-to-day activities of the organization. They are also directly responsible for the quality and quantity of workers' production. And now, here's the managerial roles. So according to Henry Mintzberg, a professor at McGill University and who conducted a research on what real managers do, he classified the managerial roles in three categories: interpersonal, informational, and decisional or decision making. So let's discuss first interpersonal. So for interpersonal, this pertains to the role that has something to do with building a good relationship with others and related to human skills. Some of the interpersonal roles of a manager are figurehead, leader, and liaison. So for figurehead, stand as a source of inspiration and a symbol of legal authority to his employees and perform social ceremonial duties like signing of documents and receiving visitors. Leader, he hires, trains, and motivates his personnel, and he also communicates performance goals and evaluates the performance of the employees. And liaison is the manager interacts and communicates with internal and external members of the organization. Next managerial roles is informational. So informational, this role involves generating and sharing of important information to successfully attain the company's objective. Some of the informational roles are as follows: monitor, disseminator, and spokesperson. So for monitor, he takes the role as the receiver and collector of useful information that can be obtained through meetings, conversations, and documentations to keep abreast of the current and industry standards as well as the changes occurring in both internal and external business environments. Next is disseminator. It takes and distributes information to the appropriate individuals or subordinates regularly. And next is spokesperson. It transmits information about the organization to outside parties or individuals. And the last managerial role is decisional or decision making. This role entails processing and using of information to make decisions in order for the managers to get things done. Some decisional roles are as follows: entrepreneur, mediator, resource allocator, and negotiator. For entrepreneur, the one who design and initiate change within the organization and usually involves improvements that will contribute in the achievement of future goals, while mediator handles and resolves conflict among employees, difficult problems, and non-routine situations like stress. Resource allocator is the manager decides on how to allocate or distribute the resources and with whom to work closely to attain desired outcomes. And next is negotiator. This role is for the manager who represents a team or departments when negotiating an issue with the suppliers, individual employees, unions, customers, the government, and outside parties. So here are the managerial skills: top manager, strategic skills; middle manager, human skills; and supervisory manager, they are in technical skills. So for conceptual skills, this is most common with top level managers. Ability of the managers to think of possible solutions to complex problems. Through the ability to see the big picture allows to recognize significant elements in the situation and to understand its relationships among the elements. For human skills, it is common with all levels of managers. Enable managers in all levels to relate well with people. Communicating, leading, inspiring, and motivating will be easy with the help of human skills. In technical skills, it is common with frontline or lower level managers. It is the knowledge and proficiency in activities that involves methods, processes, and procedures. So lower level managers find these skills very important because they are the one who manage the non-management workers, who usually use varied techniques and tools to be able to produce good quality products and services. So now class, let's check what we have learned. So let's have an activity. You just need to write agree if the statement is correct and disagree if the statement is incorrect. You can write your answer in your activity notebook. So for number 1, maintaining an interrelationship with an external environment is performed by the middle-level managers. Number 2, informational roles pertain to creating a good relationship with other people. Number 3, liaison roles is responsible for the hiring, training, and motivating of his employees. Number 4, as a monitor, the manager receives and collects useful information to help the company to be updated with the current trends and changes in the business environment. And number 5, the frontline managers are the ones who lay out the long-term organizational goals. I'll give you 2 minutes to finish. Alright class, so let's check your answer. If you answer number 1 disagree, that's correct. Number 2, disagree. Number 3, disagree. Number 4, agree. And number 5, disagree. Did you get all the correct answers? Well, class, congratulations! So now, let's have another activity. Complete the table. Give a specific role that you have portrayed in your life and identify the various functions that you have performed for each role and the skills that you have used to successfully carry it out. So we have here roles, functions, and skills at home, in school, in the community. I'll give you 2 minutes to do it in your activity notebook. Okay class, so let's have an assessment. You can write your answer in your activity notebook. So you just need to classify each given scenario, whether it is under conceptual skills, human skills, and technical skills. Write only the abbreviation. So for number 1, motivating your subordinates to accomplish the task. Number 2, visualize the interrelationship of various concepts and ideas. Number 3, handling and resolving conflicts among employees. And number 4, using of Office software such as Microsoft Office, Adobe, and Google Docs in preparing reports. And number 5, defining a problem and develop effective solutions. I'll give you 2 minutes to finish the assessment. So now class, let's check your answers. For number 1, HS. Number 2, CS. Number 3, HS. Number 4, PS. And number 5, CS. Did you get all the correct answers? Congratulations, dear students! Okay, class, so time is fast approaching. So for the next lesson, kindly read and understand Quarter 1, Module 3, Business Environment. If you have any concerns and inquiries, you can message me on my Facebook Messenger Karen Damian Alaan. So class, let's call it a day. Thank you and be safe.